Hey, Drew James here, and we're live on Saturday evening. It's 7 p.m. here in the UK. Really good to have you with me for another guitar chat. Now, this is a place for Q&A. You've perhaps been watching my videos, and that's the reason why you're in this live with me, and you might have a question about one of those songs that you've been learning. And this is what this time is. Every Saturday, usually between 5 p.m. or 7 p.m. GMT time. So use this time to ask me questions in the chat about perhaps a song that you've been learning. It would be really good to find out exactly what you're finding difficult, whether it's a chord change, whether it's the rhythm, anything that you're finding challenging. Okay, so just as I'm waiting for people to come into the room, I'm just going to tell you about what we're going to be doing later on in this Q&A. So I am going to be performing 2 songs very soon in a public venue, and what I thought would be really cool is for you guys to decide which 2 songs it is that I'm going to do. So to decide this, I'm going to play 3 songs. I've got it down to 3, but I'd like you to choose which 2 are the best. Okay, and I think that would be a really fun thing for us to do together. So you just say in the chat, Drew, it should be these 2, or etc. Okay, so in the meantime, before we do that, which we'll do in about 15 minutes time, please feel free to ask me some questions. I can see that there's a few of you in the room already. Just Strum, Paula Brindle, Jose, Marino, good evening, sir. Hope you're having a great day. I am. And I'm very well, thank you, Just Strum. So just while we're waiting for a few more people to join, I thought I'd tell you a little bit about my New Year's resolution. Now, before I was a guitar teacher, I used to play a lot of open mic nights. Now, if you're not sure what an open mic night is, it's a place where you go to practice performing. So this would be if you've been playing guitar a little while and maybe singing as well, and maybe even written a few songs, you want to go to a friendly environment where there's other beginners learning to do the same thing and then play in front of them. And I used to play a lot of these back when I was probably about 22, so a few years ago now. And they were massively inspiring. You meet other people who are doing the same thing as you, learning to play guitar, learning to sing, perhaps maybe even learning to write a few songs, and it's a really good place to get together and share your music. And if you've ever been to an open mic night, be it as a guitarist or not, you'll see that there is some incredibly talented people out there. So I used to do a lot of open mic nights. I even did an open mic night tour where I went up and down the UK playing in various different little venues. And I've missed doing that. It was about 12 years ago that I did that. So my New Year's resolution this year is to perform at one open mic night once a month. And that's why I'm hoping that you guys can help me choose the best songs for me to perform at this first open mic night. Okay, I've been practicing really hard. Okay, so what I'm going to play those 3 songs for you very, very soon in about 10-15 minutes time. Okay, let's have a look through some of the comments. Remember, this is a Q&A, so the next 10 minutes or so it's going to be Q&A. So ask your questions in the comment section. If you do want to use Super Chat is basically where you donate a few bucks to my channel and I will answer your question as best I can, and it gets called out at the top of the comments. So let's have a look at any of the first questions. Hey Drew, love your channel. Thank you, Derek. Hey, I've got a guitar, but it doesn't sound right. Any ideas? Paula, it's probably that the guitar isn't in tune. So my advice is get a guitar tuning app on your phone. The one that I like to use, which is available on Android or Apple, is Boss. So get a guitar tuner, learn the open note names, which is EADGBE, and start fiddling with your tuning pegs and learning how to tune your guitar. That's probably the reason, Paula. Chandler Smart, can you teach Gangster by Kehlani as fingerstyle? I don't know that song, Chandler, but thank you for the suggestion. Maybe leave a video link so that I can have a listen to it. Rolling Stone Gomes has said, hello, good evening, sir. How are you? I'm learning Summer of '69 and When You Say Nothing at All, but I'm not getting the whole lesson off When You Say Nothing at All. So this is one thing that I'd like to point out, guys. If you're having a problem learning something, be specific. Let me know exactly what it is that's wrong. Is it that you can't play the song fast enough? Is it that you can't change to a certain chord? Maybe the fingerstyle pattern isn't right. Be specific, because if you're not specific, I'm going to find it really hard to answer you. And that's the same with you, Rolling Stone Gomes. So let me know, what is it that you're not getting in when you say nothing at all, if you can be specific. Otherwise, I can't really help you. Manuel Valencia, cheers from San Francisco, California. Thank you. Great to have you there. That sounds so cool. Alex, I presume you're talking about when I play these songs, so that's cool. Connor Arno, can you do California Dreaming by the Mamas and the Papas? That's a really good shout out, actually. I'll let you into a little story about that song. Back when I was in my early 20s, I used to busk, or I think street perform, I suppose you could think of it being called as, on the London Underground. And back in the day with busking on the London Underground, you had to audition, and it was a little bit like these talent shows like X Factor or something like that. You had to play in front of a judge of 3 people to then be allowed to have a license to busk on the London Underground, and I think it's the same. And the song that I chose to perform in front of the judges was that particular song, the Mamas and the Papas. I think it's like, it's got that little intro. So yeah, that's one I've never actually played on the channel. I don't think I've done a video lesson for that. So that's a really, really good shout out. Thank you for that. I shall add it to the request list. So tell us about my guitar journey, Just Strum. I won't spend too long on it, but I'll just say that I started learning when I was 14 from books, because the internet wasn't around for us to do anything like that. And I very quickly made my fingers bleed the first day that I played, and then I couldn't play for a few days. But the fact that I made my fingers bleed showed that I was really, really into it. I was just doing it over and over and over. If ever you've cut your fingertips because you've just been really wanting to play guitar, you know what I'm talking about. And I then didn't play. I played on and off just to impress girls, really. That was the main reason. I never actually took it very seriously. And then when I got into my early 20s, I started playing a lot more. I started being the lead singer in bands. I was played in a lot of different bands over the years and really, really enjoyed music. I was just drawn to music. It was something that was clearly in my soul, something inherent in what I do. And after playing in bands, I thought, you know what, it didn't work out in bands, so I decided to start playing guitar a bit more seriously and writing songs. So I wrote songs, I formed another band, I did a lot of solo singer-songwriter stuff as Drew James, and I really enjoyed writing songs, and I still do. It's a big part of what I do. And then teaching happened by accident about 12 years ago when I started helping a friend to play. When I helped him, I remember looking at the clock and thinking, my God, an hour has just gone. This is just great. I've never done something which I've been paid for this well, and the time just to fly like that. So it just goes to show that I must have been really in the moment and really enjoying what I was doing. So I've been teaching ever since then. The YouTube channel started about 4 or 5 years ago. It's gone from there. So there you go. Quick little one on my guitar story. So anyone else? Cheers from San Francisco. I think I've read that one. Can you do Kill Before tutorial by Young Thug? By the way, I love your videos. Thank you, Adil. I don't know that song, but thanks for the suggestion. How to start learning fingerstyle? I'm very bad at it. How to start learning it? So type in Submerge, SUBMERGE into YouTube, and then Drew, and that lesson I think is great for beginners. So check on that to start with fingerstyle. It's nice and simple and taught very slowly. So that's my advice to you there. So I hope that helps, Sasrit. Austin Gregory, do you have any tips for finding different strumming rhythms? I can play all my chords, but the rhythm always ends up being the same. It's a really, really good question, Austin. Do you have any tips for finding different strumming rhythms? So the important thing here is to be able to find a rhythm that matches the song. Now, it's a little bit of a cop-out, Austin, but this rhythm here, that rhythm works so many times. Like, I'd say almost 7 times out of 10 that rhythm would work. Now maybe that's the rhythm that you've been using, but I definitely suggest getting that rhythm into your repertoire of rhythms. I call it the chill out rhythm, and it goes down, down, up, miss, up, down, up, down, down, up, miss, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. And it just sounds good at any speed. That's why it's so versatile. So So you can hear that's it played faster. Okay, so that's one rhythm that I definitely think that you should be learning, Austin, if you don't know that one already. You'll probably tell me in the comments that's the one you've got. As how to find others, well, with most sort of rock music, your basic strumming patterns, so something like 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and, that'll serve you really well. 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and, that will serve you really well. As a final passing note on this, Austin, my advice is listen to the drums in the song that you're playing. Hopefully that song has drums. And remember, this right hand is like the drum when you're playing acoustic guitar. So if you're listening to the drum and the kick drum, by the way, is the bassy sound, goes boom, ka, boom, ka, then your strumming pattern might be following that. So listen to the drums to pass that through your right hand. I hope that helps. So, yes, good. Hello, Gidas. Nice to see you. How about Teaching First Time by Vance Joy? It's an easy song with the same 3 chords as Riptide with an easier strumming pattern. It's a great song for beginners and just sounds so amazing. Thank you. Great suggestion. Love it. It's always good if you are going to give me a suggestion that you, say something along the lines of how easy that song is. That makes it easy. Okay, so one thing that YouTube needs to do is when I grab the bar to scroll through comments, it needs to stop skipping up to the top because it really ruins my flow. So I think I've got to here. No, I haven't. I've got to here. How's it going, Drew? Thank you. So Poseriza, hey, I took private lessons for almost a year now. I don't know what to do for improvement. Should I just play tracks or do finger exercises? But yeah, this is a difficult thing for me to answer because there's so much you can do on guitar. You need to establish your goals, and to do that you look at the reasons why you wanted to learn guitar. What artist was it that made you go, yes, that's why I want to learn, that's why I want to play, and learn their songs. That's my advice for you, Pooja. If they play with electric guitars and distortion, then maybe you should be learning more rock, lead guitar. If they play acoustic or fingerstyle, strummed sort of stuff, then that's a style that you should be learning. I hope that helps. My guitar is upside down, can you help me? Well, you know what about that? You're probably playing the wrong-handed guitar. Put it round the other way. Shout out my name, Drew. Hey, Nadine, how you doing? Yashidan, nice to have you here with me. Very good. Hey, Football Highlights. Ron says, so will you please answer my question? I'm waiting for a long time for your reply. Ron said, I did help you with this. I said you need to be more specific about what it is about when you say nothing at all that you're finding difficult, please. I've seen your video on holding bar chords. That really helped a lot. Great. Glad that helped. I'm sure that's really useful. Have you heard Johnny Cash, No I Won't Back Down? If so, what do you think of it? I don't know that song. I will have a listen. Thank you. Keep up the good work. I'm taking on board your advice. Cheers, Kev. Thanks, Kev. Cheers. I had a question. What is the difference between semi-electric and electric guitar, and how can I improve my G and F chords? I had a question about what is the difference between semi-electric and electric guitar. So a semi-electric, I think you mean it's a hollow body, right? So it's a jazz string. So semi-electric means that when you're strumming, the acoustic sound of it, without it being plugged in, will have more volume than a solid body electric guitar. And an electric guitar, you have to plug it in to get considerable volume. They still sound okay. You can strum them. They won't have the same volume as an acoustic guitar, but I hope that helps. Drew, help. Please help. I sometimes make mistakes while playing, but not often. Can you tell me how to play smoothly without mistakes? Nadine, my advice with that is don't take on board choose songs that are easy for you. Do you have songs that you can already play and play them okay, maybe with a few mistakes? Go back to those songs and make it as clean as you can. Pay attention to the details of the chord change as well. Don't try to learn something new all the time. Stick with a couple of very easy songs and get them so that you would call them good, that you're happy with. Okay, hope that helps. That helped me. Good, I'm glad. So, hey, how can I find the melody of a song? That's a really tough thing for me to go through right now. I'm sorry, I can't help you with that right now. Okay, so guys, let's get into the one thing that we were going to do, because it's been 15 minutes. Now, for those of you that have just joined, my New Year's resolution is to play more open mic nights. Now, open mic nights are venues that you go to practice performing, and I just want to play more in front of people rather than always in front of the camera at YouTube, because I think that that will really help me. And at this open mic night, I'm only allowed to do 2 songs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to perform, and I've got it down to 3 songs. And I'd like for you guys to choose the 2 songs that I'm going to do. Okay? Now, how are we going to do that? Quite simply, when I've finished performing the 3 songs, I'll call them number 1, number 2, number 3. You just write in the comments what two numbers you want to learn. Is that clear, right? So I'm going to start with a song that actually I just put on my channel not too long ago. In fact, it's the most recent upload. Now, I have been told by the techie people at YouTube that if I play something that's maybe recognized by their servers, that it might block it out, but I don't know. We shall see. So I'm going to play a couple of songs for you, 3 songs. This is number 1. Enjoy. Should have stayed. Were there signs I ignored? Can I help you not to hurt anymore? We saw brilliance when the world was asleep. There are things that we can have but can't keep. If they say, who cares if one more light goes out in a sky of 1,000,000 stars? It flickers, flickers. Who cares when someone's time runs out? If a moment is all we are, we're quicker, quicker. Who cares if one more light goes out? Well, I do. The reminders pull the floor from your feet. In the kitchen, one more chair that you need. Oh, and you're angry, and you should be. It's not fair. Just 'cause you see it doesn't mean it isn't there. And they say, who cares if one more light goes out in a sky of 1,000,000 stars? It flickers, flickers. Who cares when someone's time runs out? If a moment is all we are, we're quicker, quicker. Who cares if one more light goes out? Well, I do. If they say, who cares if one more light goes out in a sky of 1,000,000 stars? It flickers, flickers. Who cares when someone's time runs out? If a moment is all we are, we're quicker, quicker. Who cares if one more light goes out? Well, do. Okay, so that is song number 1. For those of you that might have just joined, what we're doing here is you're going to help me decide which 3 songs I'm going to be doing at an open mic night. That's song number 1. Let's go through the next song. Now, this next song, I really enjoy singing it, you know, but it's not going to be the sort of song you're expecting me to do, okay? But I do enjoy singing this one. It's great. It's great fun to sing, great song to play. I need a plectrum in this. So here we go. Actually, you know what? I need some water. No matter how hard I try, you keep pushing me aside and I can't break through. There's no talking to you. It's so sad you're leaving. It takes time to believe it. But after all is said and done, you're gonna be the lonely one. No, do you believe in life after love? I can feel something inside me say, I really don't think you're strong enough now. Do you believe in life after love? I can feel something inside me say, I really don't think you're strong enough now. What am I supposed to do? Sit around and wait for you? Well, I can't do that. There's no turning back. I need time to move on. I need love to feel strong. 'Cause I've had time to think it through. Maybe I'm too good for you. Oh, do you believe in life after love? I can feel something inside me say, I really don't think you're strong enough, no. Do you believe in life after love? I can feel something inside me say, I really don't think you're strong enough, no. Well, I know that I'll get through this, I know that I am strong. I don't need you anymore. I don't need you anymore. No, I don't need you anymore. I don't need you anymore. Do you believe in life after love? I can feel something inside me say, I really don't think it's strong enough, no. Do you believe in life after love? I can feel something inside me say, I really don't think you're strong enough, no. Do you believe in life after love? Love. Do you believe in life after love? Okay. Thank you guys. Hope you enjoyed that. So that was Share and Believe. That was number 2. Number 1 was One More Light by Linkin Park. Number 2, Share, Believe. This is number 3. Now, for those of you who might have just joined, you're helping me choose the 2 songs that I do at an open mic night, which I'm going to be playing at very soon. So by the time once I've done number 3, which I'm a bit rusty on, I want you to say in the comments 1, 2, or 1, 3, whatever. You understand, right? So choose 2. between One More Light by Linkin Park, between Share and Believe, the acoustic version, as you just saw, and this one that I'm about to do, which is a bit more what you would expect at an open mic night. Here we go. Sorry is all that you can say. Years go by and still words don't come easily. Like sorry, like sorry. Forgive me is all that you can say. Years go by and still words don't come easily. Like forgive me, forgive me. And you can say, baby, baby, can I hold you tonight? Baby, if I told you the right words at the right time, you'd be mine. I love you is all that you can say. Years go by and still words don't come easily. Like I love you, I love you. And you can say, baby, baby, can I hold you tonight? Baby, if I told you the right words at the right time, you'd be mine. You'd be mine. You'd be mine. Okay, so that was number 3, Baby Can I Hold You. I actually had to cut that one short because I realised that we're running out of time. And I've got a good friend babysitting my son downstairs and she needs to get off to a dinner, so I don't want to be keeping her too long. Right, One More Light by Linkin Park. If you want to learn that version, it's the latest upload that I've done on my channel. I love the song, it's great. You know, it's one of these songs that I think I would definitely need to warm up for with my singing. It's not something you can just jump into. And I love the guitar part to it. I love the feel of the song. You really have to be in the right mood to enjoy it. It's definitely one of those. So One More Light by Linkin Park. The second one was Share, Believe, an acoustic version. I went back into, I typed in 90s dance songs. I had a look through loads of lists online. And I really remembered enjoying that song. I remember listening to that when it was always on the radio whenever I was driving back from a cleaning job I used to have. And I really, really loved it. And I actually think it suits acoustic guitar quite well. So that's number 2, Share and Believe. And number 3 is Tracy Chapman and Baby Can I Hold You. It was actually also covered by Ronan Keating as well, not too long ago. So 1, 2 or 3. I'm going to go through the comments. I'm going to give you guys just that little bit longer just to say what numbers you think I should be doing. This is because I can only do 2 songs and I'm going to be playing at an open mic night next week. And I just thought I'd put it past you. I thought I'd be brave. You're like my first audience as well for me to play and sing in front of. It seemed like you guys could hear everything that I was doing, which is fantastic. So let's go through the comments, see what the consensus is, see what people are saying. Now's your time, guys, to get these votes in. I'm going to start scrolling up in just a second. So what do you think? Number 1, number 2, number 3. let's go through and see what people are saying. So let's start around about here. Number 2 is one of them for sure. Great cover. Thanks, Alex. Sleeping King saying number 2. Sure is, it would love to learn it from you, Drew. Oh, sure is, would love to learn it. All right, okay. You want to learn? Does anyone else out there want to learn the acoustic version of Share and Believe? Because I could teach it. Football Highlights have said 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Number 1 and number 3 for Michael Crowder, my choice. 1 and 3 for Marilyn Brando. 1, 2, 3, all of them are awesome, right? Someone's just written number 3. That's not too much help. 2 and 3. 1 and 3. 3, 3. 3 keeps cropping up, which is good. 1 and 3. 2 and 3 from Gitsy Hicks. Yashton, I had a question about barcodes. I can't do your questions right now. Jolene Chester, 2 and 3. 1 and 2. 2 and 3. 2 and 3. Andrew Marriott, Pascal, 2 and 3. The first one is pretty good, but it's kind of pessimistic, at least in my opinion, whilst the second is simply cheerful song. The third one brings back nostalgia. 2 and 3. Okay, cool. 2 and 3, that's my choice. 1 and 3. So Red Devils have said 1 and 3. Dawn Casora says they're all great, but 2 and 3. Drew, will you tell us where? Okay, so number 4. They're all great. I'm not going to do number 4. If you do like this format, then I might do it again. I prefer 2 and 3. It looks like 2 and 3 has got it. They're all great, but I prefer 2 and 3. From Felix and Charlie Hosson, 2 and 3. I would like to learn, Share and Believe also. Love this song. 2 and 3. Thank you, guys. 2 and 3. So that's going to be Share, Believe, followed by Tracy Chapman and Baby Can I Hold You. Fantastic. Excellent. Thank you for helping me out with this. It's been a really good fun. Thank you, those of you who are still voting. Looks like 2 and 3 is the main choice here today. So that has been awesome. Thank you so much. I'm just checking to see if I've got anything else I need to say to you today, but I really think that's it. No. Okay. So thank you once again for making this an awesome live. If you want to be notified when I'm doing lives, then click the bell icon below this video. That will, next time I'm doing a live, you will be notified. I do lives on Saturdays, usually at 5 p.m. my time. It's a bit later tonight, so it'll be really good to have you around for some more lives very soon. Namaste, keep on playing, see you soon.